I'm Elliott Murphy, and you are watching Rocknlive. It Takes a Worried Man was a studio album of new songs, except for one traditional folk song. And it was recorded in New York, in Belgium, and in France, and was produced by my son, Gaspar Murphy. And it's maybe my most produced album since Just a Story for America, which was 1977.
Getting late, there was space with a trace of the old coming down. Ancient fun, 1 and 1, he said someday I'll leave that town.
Oh, I use the same process I usually use, which is we start live with the band in the studio and I sing and play, and then we build the production after that. But in this case there was a lot of production afterwards. And the very last thing we did was Patti Schiaffa from the E Street Band, the wife of Bruce Springsteen. She sang harmony and backing vocals on one song.
Magazines, glamorous scenes in betweens kept a nail right to the ground, and the sounds wait to be found.
You know, I'm pretty old-fashioned, but my son, who I work with, he's totally of a different generation, so he's doing everything on Pro Tools and that kind of a way of working. But my songs still begin with a guitar and a voice, or with piano and a voice. But in the recording technique, it's all digital.
And there were junkies and pushers, pimps and hookers, 'cause you never know what you're in.
Yeah, it's very special. I think because there's a level of honesty. You know, Gaspar has he has no compulsion against telling me when he doesn't like something, or, oh Dad, those words are corny, or change that, or I don't like this. You know, he's very honest with me, whereas if I was working with an outside producer, maybe he'd be more diplomatic. But me, you know, I have to treat him as an equal on a professional basis, you know. But that's very easy because Gaspar went to school for studio production. He's done stagiaire with Bruce Springsteen, with Incubus. You know, he's really, music business to Gaspar is like snow to an Eskimo. He's been in it his whole life.
You try to shake, try to forsake, you know you're going to take, you never know what you're in for.
Well, my band, the Normandy All-Stars, are all from Normandy. Olivier Durand, Alain Fatras, Laurent Pardo. So we thought it was a good idea to start the album process, the promotion in Normandy, in Honfleur. Also, I love the city of Honfleur, and the port is amazing for an American. It's the most typique port français. It's just like a postcard. But this particular, the Batoloon, which is the concert place there, it has a great sound, a great ambiance. The organizers are very simple, so it seemed like a good one to go.
By the time he was 29, there was a sign of an old melody. He tried to list what it was he missed. Was that a kiss? Was that real? Was that just TV?
It was a great surprise and a great honor. My name was proposed to the adjoint maire de culture there, and they approved it, and they told me a few months before they were going to give me this Médaille de Paris. It's been given to all kinds of people, many French. It can go to anyone like a Juliette Greco or Jane Fonda, Johnny Depp. You know, if you're a fireman and you save somebody's life, you can get it too. And it was presented to me by Bertrand Delanoë, He gave a very moving speech about my career and about what Paris means to me, and it's true, Paris is really, it's my home, you know. America is my country, but Paris is my city. And I've lived here for 22 years, and it was really like getting my passport stamped.
He said, I'm gonna find my way, I'm gonna make it pay like a rehearse, passion play every day. Every day.
You know, I think I live in Murphy land. You know, I'm in between the two. When I go back to America now, I'm pretty alienated from the culture. I don't know a lot of what's going on there with music and with TV. I probably know more about French contemporary music than I knew. I know more songs of Phoenix than I do of the Foo Fighters, for example. Well, the guitar I play live now is a Taylor acoustic electric, but that's really my favorite guitar, I guess. I have some very old guitars I love. I have my 61 Fender Stratocaster that I played on my first album, and I have a Gibson J200 acoustic guitar that I wrote some of my classic songs like Anastasia. But I've really grown quite fond of these Taylors that I'm playing now. I don't have too much nostalgia. You know, I'm not the kind of, I don't look back to the days when we recorded on tape and think it was better, or I think the old guitars are better than the new, or analog was better than digital. You know, I don't have much nostalgia. The show last night at New Morning was, for me it was thrilling, because first of all, my son's band Duplex, they sing in French. They started the show, they played for a half an hour, and it went over very well. He ended his set with a Bruce Springsteen song called Adam Raised a Cain, which I thought was funny to be playing at your father's show and singing that song. It was full. And we were doing a lot of the songs from It Takes a Worried Man. And so the Friday night show was always a little different than the Saturday night show. Tonight will probably be a little crazier. We'll be more confident on stage. So who knows what will happen. I make them about 5 minutes before we go on stage. Me and Olivier Duron, my guitarist, we sit backstage, and even though I've done this thousands of times, I still have to ask him, what comes next, what comes next? And he has a great mind for that, and he always knows. He said, well, we could do this one or that one, or this one or that one, and then I decide. But we have, every January, we kind of change the set list. And then it can change during the show, too, and certainly during the encores, the rappel, we don't know what will happen.
I say, hey, I'm gonna stay. Don't cry, it gets rough, staying tough. I'll be a walking high five. I see you, I say I'm through. Well, there were jumpers, oh, and push, pimps and hook. 'Cause you never know what you're in for. You try to shake it.
I'd be the Taj Mahal. My way. I'd be a top hat. Perrier with lime. C major.
You know you're gonna take. You never know what you're in for. Well, I say you never know what you're in for.
Oui, pour me faire français, j'ai dit merci beaucoup pour tous les années de votre fidélité c'est vraiment grâce à la France. Mon carrière, ça a continué jusqu'à aujourd'hui. Et la France, c'est vraiment... Depuis presque 35 ans, la France, elle a ouvert les bras pour moi, pour ma musique. Et je suis vraiment toujours touché par la gentillesse et l'accueil chaleureux de la France.